a Blue Heavens guided meditation, welcoming Christ consciousness and empowering the divine feminine, a collaboration with spiritual revolutionist Destiny Dauphin.
Yay, we are
live
right now. All right, so hello, friends. I'm Angie.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Destiny.
Hell yeah.
I'm over here.
Michelle and I are sisters, and we are Blue Heavens who channel ancient and divine beings from two councils of thought. Lazarus is a divine council that teaches love and light, while Lucian is a divine council that teaches the shade and the illusion. And together, these beings teach us how to bravely face the shit we've hidden inside of us, so we can heal it and move past it and have happy lives. Today, we're doing a group meditation and a collaboration with our friend and spiritual revolutionist, Destiny Dauphin. And we're here to welcome in the Christ consciousness energy and to empower the divine feminine within us all. So this is going to be very special. We have new beings coming forward out of Michelle to do this. So we'll talk about all that and just let's do this. Let's have a nice group meditation. Everybody participate. We're going to send love and light to the world, and we're going to check the Schumann resonance of it. When they publish it, I'm going to check and see if we made a dent in the Schumann resonance, which is the heartbeat of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. All righty, Rudy.
All right. So this is Michelle, and this is odd because I'm not the one that comes out and does anything. But
I feel like I usually, hi, Michelle.
And that's it. That's all you hear from me. All of it. Then I watch it to see what all of a sudden, because I have no clue. Okay, so Locaia. I'm new at this, by the way. I'm not typically the one doing it like this. So, but Locaeus is, as if you've watched Blue Heavens, but if not, we'll go it again. He is Loki's Atlantean priest aspect, because Loki cannot have kids, so he cannot, he can't, you know what I mean? He can't, deliver the child. There you go. But he had the aspect. So they cleaned up the aspect, as he always says, and he says to shit pile, and he's that. But who we're going to have today is Loki as the Atlantean priest. So you're meeting Locaeus, Loki, the Atlantean priest.
Wow. The
Loki before the Loki. But this is Locaeus with his aspect. I know they had me explain this yesterday, and I was so confused, but I got it. So I'm only bringing it in, so I can go ahead and start bringing him in and letting him explain how they're wanting to do this. Because I had to stop him yesterday. He was trying yesterday to give this message.
And today is still the Day of the Dead, the Dia de los Muertos, and it's All Souls Day. So this is very special. This is very significant. It's easy for this energy to come through and communicate with us because the veil is very thin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. So, okay, so I'm bringing you in. The Atlantean priest, bringing you in. It's okay to come forth, the Atlantean priest to come forth. Greetings.
Greetings. Welcome.
Greetings. I must sit up with the posture. Today is a very important day. You're getting this message. Before we proceed before the meditation, I will tell you where I'm at right now. So this is the importance if we understand why this is necessary. This is the last day of Atlantis, and I am watching the fall of Atlantis. But I thought it was important to transmute this message to Earth, because this is Earth if you don't stop. I'm watching, and I'm smiling because I know that Earth will make a better decision than what Atlantis did. And this isn't played as, we heard the call to Earth, and I'm watching the fall of my planet. And I know some of the Earthlings, you love your planet. You humans love your planet. I'm watching the fall. I see what I love going. But I got the great divine here. They didn't want to hear what I had to say then, but I know people want to hear what I have to say now. This is important. This message has been saved for today. So we will proceed with the meditation. And I apologize. This is not the input I'm sure that everybody wants to hear, but for the importance of this meditation and to know why you all are here. Because soon enough, this will just be in here and the recording in here, and I will fall some deep sleep. So excuse me while I'm trying to get to the rubble. I'm hearing rubble around, so I'm trying to not hear the rubble of the explosions. Things are falling. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Now, why did I start off with this image to humans? Well, there was a great being named Jesus. He walked among the earth. He walked in the suffering. And he was the most loving divine being. And right now we're in the second coming of that same energy around us all now. So we are now, all of us now, as a group collective, we are on this group collective. We are all one. We are all love. Now, whatever planetary you are at, whatever planetary you were when you heard and you heeded the call, you heard this call beckoning to save Earth. You were somewhere in your planetary, wherever you were on your planetary, where were you at? When you heard this call, whatever did it sound like to you? What did it sound like to you? When you heard that Earth needed help, that she needed help? So where were you at? And you will get a visual quickly of where you were at, and take whatever visual you get, because there's no judgment here. There's no judgment. Wherever you were, whatever you were doing, when you're planetary, what were you doing when you heard the calling? It would have came as a siren, kind of. It would have came in as whatever in the frequency. And your mind, it would have came in an energy boost, whatever it would have came in. Now you're heading on. Now you heard this message. Now you've heard your message. Now you're heeding. Now you're going. Now you're going to Earth. What is your purpose, and what is your purpose? Now, what are you holding in your hands? What do you hold in your hands? It will tell you exactly what your purpose here, to bring in this energy, the second coming, this energy, this beautiful new earth energy, this new being energy. So what are you bringing? What is your lessons? What is it that you experienced before you put this veil on, before the veil that they say they're putting this veil on? What is it that you're holding? And look at that. That is your purpose. And we're going to take that purpose and we're going to put that in our heart as a group collective. As you put it in your heart, we're wishing the other person to know what their purpose is too. We're working as unity, as one, planetary as one. There is no separate planetary. Planetary understands there is no, but unified as one. So before they put the veil on, you will remember the purpose. You'll remember why you're here to do, and you are here to bring in this love. You're here to come in and serve the purpose that you are here to serve the earth, to bring in this new earth energies. Council of illusion, council of shade. Council of shade. Dark, the darkness. It all starts with the darkness. It all started with the darkness. We all will start with the darkness. The light is there. The light is there. We gotta find the light. Gotta take off all the illusions. Take all the illusions off. It is all. What is? There's no separation. There is none of this. There's none. No, no, none of it. No, there is none. There is none. There is none. Remember, 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 remember. So let us right now, let us, as now you are sitting and wherever you are joining us for this meditation, be aware of the present. Be aware of your hands. Be aware of your feet. That brings you into the present moment, which is where we're wanting you at now. What are the spider webs that you are so fighting in this human body, forgetting that you are not this human body, you are light? Where is your mind at? Is it in a paradise or state, or are we in a state of confusion and we don't know quite where the web has us? We take the web and now understand it's only the imagination, it's only where we put ourselves, is why we put ourselves there. The light is trying to come forth, and you see the light come forth, but the darkness seems to hold you trapped, and you go, why am I trapped? But only it is there because you allow it to be there. It is a choice. It is the veil. It is not real. Your mind, tell it is not real. Telling it is not real. This is not real. My light, my purpose. What was the purpose that you got when you entered? What was that purpose? And see that stronger than any darkness. Anything that you are seeing, anything, it is all illusion. And let the light of the purpose come forth, and let that come forth stronger than anything. Let that come forth. What is your purpose? What is it? Again, I will say it. The darkness has to be here so that the light can shine through. That is how the light will come forth, to penetrate through the darkness. We are the council of illusion. We are the council of illusion. This is what we do. We will bring in forth the darkness first. That is how it all starts, with the darkness. The veil is the darkness. It is the darkness. But we will proceed to the light because that is the next step in the journey. So let us remove our egos. Let us remove all things that is not of the love. Let us remove all of that is not forth. The light of Atlantis is bright still as it is going around me. It is still beautiful. Even in her destruction, as the darkness is coming, and mine is the backwards, more of the backwards, where this was light to the dark, now it's going to be more to the darkness now, and I'm seeing less and less of the light. But see, I still have hope. I have hope. And that is what I'm asking the human race to have, is hope. To bring in this 5D energy is hope. That is what Atlantis lost. They lost hope. They lost faith. They lost trust. And as I sit there watching the reverse happen where I am at, and I'm looking around and I'm looking around and I'm not seeing it as much, I still have hope. I still have hope. I have hope. I know my purpose, and my purpose is for the great divine love that has never let me down. As I sit with my bare feet in the sand, and I'm watching the waters come across, and the waters were destroying everything around me, I still have hope. I am still smiling throughout this, because only this is illusion. This is only illusion. And I tell myself it's only the illusion. It's only that. The light is the only thing that is real. Even if it is diminishing in front of my eyes, it is the only thing that is real, is the light, and it's the love. That's the only thing that is real. So now I will pass this down to one of the other deities, whichever would like to take, and bring it in, however they wish to bring this energy in. So I will pause now.
Our people are sick. Our species is sick. Our planet is sick. We are stressed. We are burnt out. We are scared. We are full of fear and uncertainty. This is not necessary. This is not how we are meant to be. This is not how we are meant to live. All healing starts with self. We look out. We look out from ourselves and we blame. We see everything that's wrong, all of the hate and the destruction, and we blame and we get more scared. We feel more separated. This is not the truth. This is not how it has to be. We get to choose. We are blessed with the choice. We are blessed with the opportunity to turn ourselves and our lives and our experiences into magic. Magic, our wildest dreams. We've been led to believe that it must be a certain way. Success looks a certain way. Happiness looks a certain way. Into these cookie cutter make-believe boxes that don't exist. This is not real. My friends, we get to choose. And it starts with a choice, an intention, and a belief that we deserve it. We are worthy. We are worthy. This is our birthright. This is why we are here to love, to dance, to sing, to explore, to chase talents and passions. This is what it's meant to be, to collaborate, to share, to know that you are me and I am you and we are us. We are one. This is how it is. And it starts with us and a choice. And knowing that you are not alone. You are supported beyond your wildest dreams, but beyond your wildest imaginations. You are loved. You are held. There is a support net beneath you. All you have to do is trust it, believe it. Listen to your heart and allow spirit to lead. Allow spirit to lead. Thank you.
Beautiful. So I would like us all to visualize harmony, harmony in our life, harmony in our surroundings. What would a peaceful earth look like? What would your life look like if it was filled with peace instead of stress? If you had everything you needed to have, everything was taken care of, you were taken care of, you were supported, what would it look like? How would you feel? If we all collaborated and helped one another, if we help people get homes, we help people have food, we don't treat these things as something that you have to earn or work for, you get it just because you're alive. And that's how it should be. Just like in the Bible, it talks about how even the birds, they don't think about where things are coming from. They just know that they'll be there. In the autobiography of a yogi, he talks about the same thing. The universe will give you what you need. You have to believe it. So what does perfection look like here? Let's choose that instead of the fall of Atlantis. We don't want to let the earth fall. We don't want to let hate win. It's an illusion, like everybody has stated. What's real is love. What's real is compassion. What's real is selfless service. What's real is taking accountability and realizing I am here experiencing things to learn lessons so that I can grow my inner spirit, and those around us are doing the same thing. We're all a reflection of love, pretending to be not love. It's time to wake up to that. There's nothing scary about any of this stuff. Human lies and deception have been coded across everything in our world, and it's just time to align with the truth of divinity so that we can truly see what is divine and what is illusion. Doesn't mean illusion is harmful or hurtful. It just means it's there for us to learn. It's a teacher. Do we want to have Lilith come through to talk about the divine feminine?
She will come in just a second before this is over. I want to describe how Atlantis was before, and then my transmission is out. Because I'd only have but a few, but I'm going to leave my message in the hopes that humans are getting this message. What I absolutely loved about Atlantis, and this is the beauty that was the harmony, it was the beauty, it was the peace, it was the love, it was the barefoot, it was the rain, it was everything, it was the double sunshine, it was the smiles of the children, it was the many blessings that the sun would give me every single day as I would wake up. It would kiss me in the morning, and that is what I preached. And people might have looked upon me as I was crazy, but even the crazy person in Atlantis was always given hope. They were given that faith and trust. They would give that love and the proceeding all throughout the days it would proceed. Whatever they were doing, I would be out praising the great divine, the great love, the great hope, the paradise, the great love, the great paradise. And that is how I choose to live. That is how I choose to live. And this is where earth can take this, the love, the harmony, the love, the peace, the magic. Everybody is one. That is the hopes of your planet. Just trust and love and know that you belong here. You, whatever purpose you have is unique and it belongs here. Even the crazy priest from Atlantis that preached all his babblings about the wonderful divine love, that the wonderful sun, he had his place too, and he will still have his place. As I watch the sun diminish, and I know that it is time for me to exit out, and my transmission will be over. I wish all the humans well. I hope you heed this message, and promise me today when we go barefoot somewhere, play somewhere, smile to somebody, do something, be whatever and whoever the magic brings you to be. The harmony, the love, that is what I will remember about Atlantis. And I hope all future aspects of me remember this. Now I will bring what a transmission is done. I will bring Lilith forth. Thank you for listening to my message.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is Lilith. Sorry. As in the waters of Atlantis, just the beautiful waters that is shining forth. Divine beauty, divine feminine, it is all in this beautiful water flowing of energies. Allow that to come forth on everybody and feel that water, that cool mist of the water hit, and it's clean and it's just soothe that human body that has been through so much. No matter how old you are, it has been through so much. Imagine this water just hitting you, so cool and so wondrous, and you are in this Atlantis waters, the beautiful sun. Imagine the sun hitting this water, and imagine what Locaeus, the priest, the Atlantean priest, was seeing. Let's go through that. That it was beautiful in the waters as he sat and as he was watching the sun diminish. He sat with his on the beach, but he also had his feet in the water as well. He remembered the flowing of the water, the feminine of the water. And even in his leaving, his demise to a different aspect, a different portion of wherever he's going to go now, which we all know where he's going to go, we know his message was heard. We know. See, we allow the water to go forth wherever the water is going to take us. And where is your creativity at? What is that magic? What can you do if somebody is suffering? What can you do to help? Where does the water lead you smoothly without any rocks or anything? Where does the water lead you? Where can your watery, beautiful, flowing energy help another human? Where can it go to help? As Jesus, he walked around and he was so loving and he just gave, but he also knew when to not to give because of the purpose of the human. And what was their purpose? We're all in the same energy as he walked. As he walked, we're walking with him. We're walking in that same energy. You're walking. As he gave, we give. He understood. It was nothing but the Father first and then him. We ask first the divine, how do we do to help? And we follow the heed. We don't allow another thought to come forth and tell us anything different than what your divine love tells you, whether you call it father, mother, whatever you call it. What is it telling you to do? And follow that. What can you do for the fellow human? What can you do for yourself? Fill your cup. How can you do that? How can you bring love and magic, as the beautiful Destiny has said? How can you bring in all of that? How can you put your foot down to the world that needs your voice to say enough is enough? It is about love. It is not about all of this other stuff. It is not what who's right and who's wrong and about religion and the politics. It's not about any of this stuff. It is about love. It's about uniting. It is about that Atlantis. Do we want to bring in that Atlantis? Let's not let that energy, that hope go right alongside. We heard what can happen. You heard a being, his last moments. What did he choose to do? His last moments he was given to you humans. That he wanted so much for you humans to wake up and to go to this new energy, this new love. And that is where you're heading. You are heading into this love, this new 5D energy. You heard the call from your planet. As he heard the call, his aspects are here. See, but he doesn't know this. Maybe he does know that. But it is wonderful, isn't it, to know that your voice is heard here and your voice is heard in other planetaries. Your voice is heard in all this, and it's because you're all multiverse and your voice is being heard. And it is flowing to these other parts of you that's waking up. Everybody's waking up, and it's okay to wake up. Bring in this divine feminine. It is okay to not hide her voice anymore. Let's not hide her voice. We've heard from the masculine energies. We've heard the anger. We've heard it. We're done. We're done. We want to hear some feminine. We want to hear some balance. We want to hear some softness. We want to bring in, give her a voice to the earth. Give her a voice to the fire. Give her a voice to everything. Because in her voice, we will find the answers. In her voice, we will find the answers. Allow her voice to be heard within you, my dear human. Where does she speak within you? Where do you drown her out? Do you feel that she is weak? Do you feel that your feminine inside is weak and you tell her to be quiet? And you must be a man and you must be strong. But women are just as strong as men. That is an illusion. Women are very, very strong. Where is your creativity? Where is your feminine? What is she trying to tell you? And whatever you are, masculine or feminine, right now, as you walk into, because just remember, you are still the light. The masculine and feminine is just a role you have chosen to play here. That is all. But the energy you're carrying, are you trying to keep her quiet? Because the feminine, she is so beautiful. Allow her energy to come forth and bring this new 5D energy into all earth. So all can hear, that all can soften, all can be in this love. Let's bring back what is you're trying to stifle. Why are you afraid of her voice? Her voice brings in freedom. It rings in truth. Why do we hide her voice? Allow her voice to be heard finally. Allow her voice within you to be heard. However, do you need to scream? Do you need to whatever? But let her voice be heard. And when her voice is heard, changes will be made. Because in the softness of the feminine energy is also strength, it is power, it is confidence, it is playfulness, it is everything that you humans are looking for. But let's not stifle our feminine anymore. Let us bring her out in full beauty. Let us bring her out. Thank you very much. I will now hand it over to my other aspects for their Lilith point of view as well.
I feel like sharing so Spirit worked with me to upgrade the Beatitudes, to have the Beatitudes today.
So I'm going to read the new Beatitudes in hopes that they resonate with you. Blessed are those who practice empathy, for they shall understand the hearts of others. Blessed are the peacemakers who work for unity and harmony, for they shall mend the divides in our world. Blessed are those who champion justice and equality, for they shall create a fairer society. Blessed are those who show kindness to all creatures, for they shall nurture a compassionate world. Blessed are those who seek to learn and grow, for they shall find wisdom and inner peace. Blessed are the resilient who find strength in adversity, for they shall inspire others with their courage. Blessed are those who embrace diversity, for they shall build bridges between cultures and beliefs. Blessed are those who care for the earth, for they shall leave a sustainable legacy. Blessed are those who offer forgiveness, for they shall find healing and freedom from the past. Blessed are those who spread love and kindness, for they shall create a world filled with compassion. That is divine feminine. That is love. That is the Christ consciousness. We are walking with Jesus. There's no more. People should no longer say all you have to do to get into heaven is to say that Jesus is the Son of God and you don't have to be a better person. That's bullshit. You're cheating
No,
yourself.
I got a yucky feeling on that. Nope.
Yeah, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating everybody and everything with thinking that type of thought. A divine being that taught love and understanding and compassion died a terrible death to teach us a lesson. You are dismissing the importance of the lesson with that type of ignorant thought, and you are holding that Jesus within you captive. It wants to be free to help and to serve, and you are telling it that you are not special enough to serve, and that's bullshit. It's a lie that humanity has told us so that we don't unleash the magic within us. As Destiny has said, there is unbelievable magic within us. You better believe it. We have been so cheated out of the paradise that we could welcome with open arms if we can work together to achieve it. You will be amazed and you will be very upset with yourself that you didn't look for it sooner. So let's find it now so we don't have any more regrets. We don't have to wait any longer. Who can you help? What judgment can you drop that will allow yourself to truly be compassionate? Again, Jesus was a teacher. He didn't want people to call him a god. He didn't want to be worshiped. He wanted to be followed voluntarily. That's another big aspect of love. It's voluntary. You don't push anybody into love. That's not love. Love is a choice. It's a choice to see things as they really are and to give up the illusion and what you thought it had over you. It doesn't. Love is amazing, and we are cheating ourselves by settling for what we've settled for.
I think a big common misconception is that love is a passive emotion. Okay. Love is a verb. Love is action. Love is emotion put into action, right? Jesus taught through his actions, through his life, through who he was, through how he showed up. It wasn't my Father will forgive me, so I'm going to do what I want, right? And look at that guy over there doing that. What a piece of crap. No, no. It's a verb. It's an action, and we choose it and we do's it, right? Shout out to Cosmo.
Perfect. Are there any last minute thoughts here that we want to share with everybody?
This is Locaeus, and I did walk with Jesus, the apostle who he loved the most. But of course, he loved all of his disciples the most. We never felt worthy of walking in his shoes ever. We were all ignorant men. But he just loved us so much. When you were in his presence, there was never no fears. Even if you were walking into fear, in his presence, you didn't feel that fear. You just felt nothing but love. When he wept, you wept with him. He never was angry. Never ever did I see him angry. I would say the most I would saw him angry, he would maybe raise his voice a little. But even then you kind of laughed at him because you're just like, so, but that he would, that his love was patient and his love was kind. And it was such an honor to walk in his presence. The magic, the love that he gave, it was just freeing. No judgment. And even if he did not help you because it was not your karma or whatever, it was your time not to, he was still loving to you. He still held your hand. He would still just sit and sing to you and he'd hum. He did a lot of humming. He loved to hum. He would and just hold you. And that embrace, and you felt like you were the only being in his presence. Even though there could have been a crowd, you just felt like the only one. He never ever made you feel separate. He never made you ever. It was just like a hug all the time. He loved all. That is the energy of the Christ consciousness energy. That is the energy in which every body here embodies. All of you embody this. And I, a disciple, an apostle after the passing, and believe me, when he passed, you thought this was such a great man. How do I, and it was the ego. How do I, you know, but it wasn't I, it was we. It was all about we. And he instilled in us the we. And then you know what happened after that, as all of you humans, we woke up and we knew what our mission was. It was so much more important than anything else. It was so much, we knew we had a long road. We knew, but we had no fears. We had no fears because with that love in your heart, where would be any fear to lie? There was none. There was no illusion. There was no fear. It was only the love he had. You had, and see, that even validated that. Whenever I felt I was in a pickle, I would ask, and I would receive an answer. So easy. Because when the love, it was easy. There was nothing to stop that. There was nothing to stop that. I saw paradise where others would have saw something totally different. And even in my death, speaking his name, it was more that it was to just to go from the very beginning to know I was an ignorant man following this beautiful being chosen, but he's chose all of you. All of you been chosen, all of you. Don't buy into you have to do this A plus B to get into heaven, as both of the other ladies are saying. That isn't true. He loves everybody. Mary Magdalene, he loved her so much. He knew no judgment, no nothing. He would sit with the poor. He would sit and make no judgment to nobody. Where have the humans lost that? We had such a wonderful light. The light is here amongst you. As you walk, he was with you. It's no more when I walked and he was the present, the physical, and you would say the physical presence. No. It's the energy. That's it. This is just, he even knew this is an avatar. He knew this was an avatar. He knew it. I know this right now, this is an avatar. What I was feeling was that energy, the transmission, that love, that is what I felt. That is all around all of you humans. That is what brings you into the 5D. That is why you left your planetary to come here, to bring that, which one being brought. He brought it, not selfish. No, he just brought it. There was no magic into how he brought it. He just brought it because he understood there was something more. He just knew. And when he left, he stayed. His energy stayed. It never left. It's always been the second coming. It's just up to everybody to wake up.
One person. Imagine right now. You all feel it. We all feel it. We feel it in us. We feel the calling. We feel something rising. We feel it. It's coming. It's here. It's here. That was one amazing man who stepped fully into his being, his true essence. Imagine, can you? I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
He was amazing. It was, and everybody has, you're walking with them now, everybody but one did it. Imagine you are that one to do it. You're all of that. You're all him. What can you do? What can you do? He'd he'd walk in the most uncomfortable places. But he loved, one of the things he loved to do, and I will leave it at that. In Destiny, that was
I'm so
beautiful.
excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What he was very playful. And one of the things, and I will end it because I heard my aspect. I heard him talk about being barefoot in the water. That was one of Jesus's favorite things to do, as he would be so playful, and he would love to kick the water with his feet at the rest of us. We'd get too serious, and he would take it, kick water at us, and tell us to just, he wouldn't say, don't be serious like that, but he would splash water, and he was very playful. He would try to get us to get out of that. He never liked that feeling, So as the priest was in the water on the beaches as his last watching it all, Jesus was playful. And let's bring it all the way around. He was in the water, and that's what I remember about him. He'd be in the water and play with the children. He didn't care. He didn't care. People would look at him and say, he's supposed to be the great master, and he's in the water splashing around. He did not care. He would sing, he would hum, it didn't matter. He's very playful. So I can bring Marcus forth, and Marcus can. Yeah, that was wow. The energies is just.
It's a lot.
And the polarity of the whole
It's
scenario.
a lot. Yeah. Like, I'm very hopeful and also very heartbroken. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on in one space.
And
Yes.
I posted 5 affirmations about divine timing. And the divine timing of this is heartbreaking yet completely beautiful. And I hope that that is shown within you. I hope you see that the end of one thing could be a beautiful beginning for something else. You just have to choose it. And as one thing's destroyed, another thing is created. That's the universe. That's balance. It seeks its own balance, just like water seeks to balance itself. It's a beautiful system that knows how to work if we just get out of the damn way.
And trust.
Yes.
Trust
Well,
it.
and we're doing something different. This is Loki. Since that was my aspect, Marcus said it just felt more appropriate for me. Now, maybe a lot of me makes a lot more sense to all of you now.
Yeah.
And why did I love something so much is okay is, and took away that, because that was, that is why I deal with the shadows, because had I started with the shadows first, I believe Atlantis would have stayed, but I was so hopeful in the light. And the earth has already been in the darkness enough time. It's time to bring in the light for the humans. I didn't teach the darkness there. I just taught light because I was so hopeful that didn't never ever have to be a thing to ever have to be taught ever. But I was wrong.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now doesn't that see us? No. Now you see why I teach the shadows, and I will not go to the light anymore. I taught the light enough. I passed that to my son. That is his to do. And you will never hear from that part of me ever, because he just had that one message.
Right.
And I wanted the humans to hear that message, because I knew there would be a time people would have to hear that message.
Thank you for sharing it.
Oh, it is, even in my demise, I knew what was most important. It was but I see it here happening. Had I started the darkness there, proceeded to the light, they might have been here, but I didn't. So here is why we do in the darkness, to go to the light. We're the flashlight, and I'm still proud to be that flashlight, because I know within the flashlight you will see the light. And this has been beautiful energies. There's goosebumps, and I like to thank Destiny for being here, Angie
For having me.
I hope we can do this again. Maybe monthly we can do this, or so every so often. I would love to do this, because the energies it's amazing. It's amazing energy that came from this. And for me, for that aspect of myself to hold that for so long, and it was to be transmitted, this meant something to him. That part of me, that meant something to him, for that to come forth now. My son has not ever heard that message. Now he's heard that message. And it's going to be today me working with him, because you know how soft his heart is. So, but I am thankful that we were all here to do this, to teach Earth that yes, it might be in the sadness as we were teaching it, but to the light. But do you see how the light was so easy? The darkness seemed kind of heavy, but when the light came, it was like that, and it was gone, and it felt
It's
so much.
it's a switch. I feel like it's just a wake up. It's just a,
It is.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to do this? Okay. What else?
Yeah.
What now? Like,
Now do you see why I teach the illusion? It's that easy. Just like that. It's like whatever, you know, it's like once you go past and that, and I hope during what that part of me said, everybody knows what the purpose before the veil and all of this stuff. Even he knew what to say before, and I refer to him as that because that part of me does not exist within me no more. But that is why I carry all of my scars proudly, because it don't matter to me anymore. I know the illusion. He just loved right into the last moments I watched was the sun just disappear. And I went to my knees and I thanked the opportunity. I said, thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you so much for me to be here. That's all I remember. Part of me, that's all it remembers. But I don't want the humans to ever have to feel that despairing. But you could have done more. We could have done more. And I didn't do more. And I thought I did more and I didn't. That is why this message is so important to humans. Please. But it is nowhere near that. It is nowhere near that. You humans are heading towards a light, and it's a shift in love. And your Jesus, he did bring that. He brought that, and everybody embodies that. You have, and he had light and he had shade as well. He just knew how to balance it in the feminine. He knew how to balance it, and everybody carries that, and everybody can do that. So I'd like to thank everybody for being here, and I'm just, and everybody, thank you for always watching Blue Heavens and follow the Spiritual Revolutionist. She's got so many, wow, I mean, some kick-ass views. You really need to pay attention to where she's going to be taking this. Yeah. She's part of all of this energy, and Lola, the kick-ass energy where she puts, Lucifer in his place being a toddler. Mm-hmm. That is it. She tells me where I can sit at them sometimes too. So, but I would have passed it down.
We all need to hear that.
Well, you should hear her talk about it. It is hilarious to hear her talk to Lucifer. We're all sitting there laughing, but that's funny. And I'm probably going to get yelled at for just saying that. So I'll pass it down to whoever would like to take and say goodbye. But this from the Council of Lucian on this, and thank you very much. It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to teach the shadows. Why we teach the shadows now, you all know why we teach the shadows, why we're passionate about the shadows, and why we'll always proceed talk about the shadows from at the Council of Lucian. So thank you for allowing us for our part of the group collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me. This was really cool. I was super nervous. I'm very passionate about this stuff. I have a lot of like start stop with the technical stuff and getting out there, but yeah, I feel like we have some goals as a society, individually, collaboratively. I think that I feel an excitement, and sometimes I feel anguish because of where we are as a society and where our planet is right now, and that's really freaking hard to sit with sometimes. And then I remember that I can only be in control of what I'm in control of, and that's more than I've believed. Right? Like I have way more control over myself, my thoughts, my goals, my actions than I believed. I thought I was a victim and stuck in a thing. And I think a lot of people are there, but we're not. It's all fake. It's not real. We can do what we want. So like I think it's great. And I appreciate you guys having me on today. This was awesome. And heartbreaking, but awesome.
I hope y'all liked it. I think this was fantastic too. I'm glad that you came on. I'm glad that we finally did a collaboration, and what a beautiful collaboration to do. This was perfect. It was perfect. So let's do our little poem. In shadows deep, our fears may lie, but love's embrace can help them fly. Source energy, perfect and pure. Unleash your light. of this, be sure. Love is all around us. The next time you feel because you see nasty in the world, go picture something beautiful and let that be your focus point, and that's going to lead you someplace beautiful. That adds more love here. So go do that. Go love somebody. Give up some
Sending love.
Yes, sending love to everybody. We've got this. Let's go create a beautiful world full of magic and harmony and bliss, to where people want to just, like, their eyes melt from the beauty of it, and they can't even fathom living in a world without this. Like, it's a hunger we have to help you wake up and remember what awesome fucking shit lives inside of you. The creativity, the brilliance, the wisdom. It's intense and insane. And we hope that you open yourself up to it and allow it in, and go twirl and twitter around the world and offer love and support to people that need it, because that's why we are here. We love y'all. We'll see you in our next live.